What we have seen often, though, is Merab Dvalishvili taking people down. This weekend, he headlines against Petr Yan from not the Apex, RC. They are fighting at the Virgin Casino, the old Hard Rock back in the day. That little intimate arena. It's going to be a great fight at bantamweight. Petr Yan is back after a controversial decision loss to Sean O'Malley, taking on Merab Dvalishvili. The most difficult matchup in the bantamweight division because of the way that he fights. When you look at this fight, what do you think? And also, what do you think about Merab being all the way up to number 3 now, and Aljamain Sterling being his teammate and them saying they don't want to fight each other?
I mean, remember when we watched Merab last, and I could be wrong, DC, you could correct me. I believe it was Jose Aldo's last fight.
Yes, it was.
And that fight wasn't necessarily exciting, but we saw Merab do exactly what he needed to do to win. He continued to keep pressure on Jose. He made sure the fight was difficult and dirty, and he would not, and I don't mean dirty in a way that means illegal, but I'm saying he put the pressure on Jose Aldo, made him grapple, kept him up against the cage, got in and out, and tried to get his strikes whenever he can. And now we're talking about Petr Yan, who in this position, DC, he has something to prove. And what I mean by that is you lose your belt to Aljamain Sterling, you get an opportunity to fight for it again, and you lose that fight. And Aljo kind of dominated. You have a controversial decision to Sean O'Malley, and now you're fighting the number 3 ranked fighter in the division, and you have to win. If you don't win, you find yourself falling into a place where you might become the new gatekeeper if you're Petr Yan. And so I think this is a very important fight, especially knowing that we're going to get Cheeto Corey extremely soon. You're going to get Aljo and Triple C, and then obviously Sean O'Malley waiting in the wings. This is a really big fight. But for Aljamain Sterling and Merab to continue to say that they won't fight, that confuses me, because it's your job to be the champion. I have a ton of friendships that aren't going to be broken because I went to win a championship. That's what my friends, that's what my teammates are going to cheer me on to do, because everything is about competition. Breathing is a freaking competition. And so I think that if he wins this fight, he should definitely say, you know what? Bump what I said. I want my opportunity to fight for a championship.
That was me and Kane back in the day. Ultimately, that's why I went to 205, because I just don't know what options these guys are going to have, especially if Merab keeps winning, because it doesn't seem like anyone's a bad matchup for him because of his fighting style. But you have a guy in Petr Yan now who is a former champion that is in a must-win situation. He has to get this one. You cannot lose 3 in a row, especially in what is, in my opinion, the deepest division the UFC has today. There is no division like bantamweight. There are 15, 20 guys in the world that are just insanely high level. So you cannot lose 3 in a row, especially if you still have championship aspirations, which I know Petr Yan still has. It's a tremendous matchup. I'm all excited because sometimes you come off the big card like last weekend and you have to go and work a fight night, and you go, oh, man, the energy's going to be low. It's not going to match the level. I believe that this main event is as high level as it comes, and it's one that warrants a headlining spot. It warrants being in front of people, and it's very important to a division that has a ton of athletes that all have the same ideas of becoming champion.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.